going on, guys? Kickstrong here with another video. Now I know I said that I was gonna do an unboxing actually for these before I did this video, but it didn't turn out that way. Ran out of time this weekend and I decided to get this video out first. So ignore the Don C's. I kind of left them here as a, I guess you could call them a showpiece, but they don't really have anything to do with this video. They're going to be used in the next video. That's why I didn't put them away. So basically this video is explaining how I got into sneakers and my first 3 pickups and the story behind them. So first I just want to get into, I've only been collecting since January of 2017. That's right, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It is February of 2019, January of 2017, I started really collecting. My first pair of sneakers was in 2011, and I'm gonna get into that story, but basically I've been into sneakers for as long as I can remember. I was just never able to justify spending $150, $200 on a pair of sneakers. Even back in 2008, I just couldn't justify myself spending that kind of money because I really didn't have it. So I waited and I waited and I waited, and once I got a full-time job and was able to afford it, that's when I really started pulling the trigger and buying stuff. Now, as a lot of you know, I went way too fast. I mean, over 100 pairs in 2 years. That's crazy. Nobody really should do that. I do not recommend it. I went way too fast. Now, I don't regret any purchases, but I definitely should have taken my time and been more strategic with those purchases. A lot of shoes I got that if I was patient and I waited, I could have gotten them much cheaper and saved myself a good chunk of change. But with that being said, let's get into my first ever pickup. Now, for those of you who don't know what these are the Eggplant Half Cents, 2011 release. I actually saw these, I wasn't even planning on buying them. I wasn't up in the sneaker culture at that point. I really wasn't paying attention to what was dropping because I knew if I was paying attention, I was going to end up buying something. So I knew I had to stay away in order to save my pockets. But I was walking through Foot Locker and these just immediately caught my eye. I didn't even walk into Foot Locker. I was walking past it in the mall and these were just sitting on a pedestal and I immediately fell in love with them. I knew I had to have them. Now, it's actually a funny story. I walked in, I asked if I could try them on, and these are actually a size 10. So back in 2011, I actually knew my shoe size, so I should have listened to myself and stayed with the 10 instead of going up to 10 and a half. I'm not gonna get into it. But so I asked if I could try them on. They fit great, they felt amazing. I love the colorway. As a lot of you might know, purple's actually my favorite color. And so he's like, alright, so you want to take them? And I'm like, okay, how much are they? He goes, 200. And I'm like, shit, I can't spend that much. And he's like, how much do you want to spend? I'm like, I don't know, 85. And he literally looks at me, looks at the shoe, looks back at me, says, I'll be right back. So he goes over to the register, talks to somebody over there, punches in the code in the computer, waves me over. He's like, alright, 85 plus tax. And I'm like, bet. So this was my first pair of sneakers, 2011, and these actually sat in the box until 2016 because I was so terrified of wearing my first pair of nice, like, actual kicks. Like, I was so terrified of something happening to them that I refused to wear them, and they actually got pretty beat in the box. As you can see, the sole yellowed pretty bad, but this is still a great shoe. I actually, along with the Aqua 8s, this shoe is the other shoe that came with me to Israel, and these things took a beating. But they are still, I mean, there's some scuffs and scratches in it now because, I mean, walking through the desert, it's hard to avoid. But this is still one of my favorite pairs of shoes. They don't get as much sunlight as they should anymore, but this was my first pair of shoes back in 2011. Now, fast forward to to 2017, let me show you my first pickup when I really started to get into it. Now I know what you might be thinking. What is that? The Black & Pewter Ewing 33 High Winter. Basically, this thing is weatherproof all the way throughout the shoe. You can wear this in any conditions and it will be fine. Like, absolutely fine. Like, I put these things to the test. Mud, snow, rain, hail, sleet, and they are fine. So, but there was something about this colorway that immediately stood out to me when I saw the January release, like, pictures for Ewing Athletics. And this was at the time I actually decided to start getting into sneakers, but before I started collecting, I started cleaning them. So I wanted to learn more about sneakers, so going through Sole Collector, Kicks on Fire and everything, and talking to some sneakerheads that I knew from where I'm from, I learned about Ewing Athletics, and something about this pair just shouted out to me. So this was actually my second pair of sneakers, the first purchase I made when I was really starting, like really willing to get into collecting sneakers. So $120 on EwingAthletics.com. This was my first pair, came in January 16th of 2017. That was day one of my collection. So this is my first pair of sneakers. Last shoe I'm gonna show you is my first ever pair of Jordans. Let me get into it. Some of you already know what this is, but let me get right into it. Now y'all know what this one is, and if you weren't sure how new I am to the sneaker game, you definitely do now. This was my first pair of Jordans, the Royalty 4. When I first started getting into Sole Collector and everything, this was one of the first pairs that I saw on their page as they were announcing it to release in February of 2017. And I looked at it and I knew I needed to have it. Like, not wanted it, needed to have it. This is one of my favorite pairs of 4s and was my first pair of retro Jordans. Like, I'll be real with you for a second. I was into some gaudy shit growing up as a kid. Whenever I was like in a jewelry store or anything, I always looked for the most gold on gold on gold watch that I could find, or I always thought black on gold was super dope, or like gold with like onyx, or you know, black and gold. Like, black and gold is such a dope like combination. And then seeing these, I needed to have them. These were so crazy in my opinion. And then when I actually got linked up with DMG Laces, I got the black laces with the little bit of a gold trim in them, and man, that satisfied the gaudy kid in me. so here they are, the Jordan Retro 4 Royalty. My first pair of Jordans came out February 4th, 2017. I bought these a few days later. It was crazy how these are going for almost 300 now, when they sat for weeks. I think I picked these up 2 weeks after release day from Finish Line, and now I know what you're saying. I thought you said you needed to have these. Now again, the most I'd ever spent on a pair of sneakers was the Ewings that I just showed you for $120, and these were $200. So it took me a minute to really contemplate and think about, was it worth $200? Like, was I ready for that? Like, I knew I wanted them, I knew I loved them, but was I ready to spend $200 on a pair of sneakers? And when I finally decided, I drove out 20 minutes to my local Finish Line, walked right in, said I need those right now. Grabbed me my size and I bought them, and I have not looked back ever since, as you can see from behind me. And most of you know this isn't even my full collection behind me. This is like 3/4 of it that you can probably see. But man, I love this shoe. I love all my shoes, but this shoe, the Ewing Black & Pewter and the Eggplant Half Cent, will always hold a special place in my heart, just because they're my start. They are how I got started. This was long before Kickstrong. If you watch my very first video on this YouTube channel, when I started Kickstrong, I already had 52 pairs of sneakers. I was halfway into my collection when I started Kickstrong. So this was about a year before I started the YouTube and the Instagram and everything. I was just, up until that point, it was just me talking to some sneakerheads that I knew, but mostly just staying up on releases and copying what I like, because I truly loved that I finally was able to get into something that I had been passionate about for so long and just really give it my all and give it a go and just get into it and just do something that I wanted to do. Alright guys, so I hope that gave you a little bit of insight into who I am as a sneakerhead, where I got my start. I'm going to be doing a few more videos like this, like what are my top 3, some grails that I have, some grails that I don't have, influences in the sneaker game, you know, things like that. But I'm going to drop a few more videos like that. The next video I shoot is going to be the review of these, and I might even do a comparison to these, but I'll do a full unboxing because the box for this is crazy. But I hope you all like this video. Please, please, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, ring that bell. And you know what? I appreciate you all. I truly do. Thank you for sticking with me through this whole video. Hopefully some of you did. And you know what? I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I do this because I love it. Like, I truly love being a part of this. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has helped me on this journey, been a part of it with me. Thank you to Mo for putting up with all of my buying sneakers and the pictures and the videos and everything. And thank you to everyone in the community who has helped me. I truly appreciate you all. Honestly, there is not enough time in the day for me to list everybody, but you know who you are. I appreciate you all, and just from the bottom of my heart, thank you. So again, if you like the video, hit the like button, comment down below anything you want to see, any kind of video, whatever. Like, if you want to say what's up, if you want to recommend a video that you want to see, anything. I will respond to every comment, and any recommendation that anyone has for me, I will take into consideration, and I will personally hit you up and thank you for it. I appreciate you all. Hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't, and you know what? Ring that bell. But as you know it, this is Kick Strong. I'm out.